Good afternoon from Yami B TV. Wishing you all well today and hoping your Sunday is going as good as mine is down here. I know I'm loving it at the moment. Oh no, but seriously, yeah, I hope it's all right for you lot down there as well. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. This is it now. I know I'm in a position where I wanted to be, where I was delaying. You know, like when you're in that dark, dark place, you never let nobody know what is actually happening. You do let little bits out, but I notice you don't like to let the whole thing out, whether it's because you don't want people to worry or because you don't want them to know how bad the addiction is getting or got. Some questions coming in this morning. Am I back on this? Am I back on that? That's how I'm dealing with it right now. All right. So I'm at the second stage period, like I told you. Absolutely delighted with the countryside. There's possible moves coming up this week before I move further back down to south, back to the apartment or to somebody somewhere a little bit further on. I'm just waiting to sort that out, but there are a couple of moves in line as well. So while I'm doing the sightseeing of recovery and spending lovely times with friends and whatnot, possibly Newport Gwent, mum's hometown, I'm wondering if I'm ready, but I think there's no time better than the present. If not, then it will be Birmingham. I might have to go down there to see a few people, spread the love, and I'm just thinking, of sightseeing more and more while I'm down, while I'm on the move, really. I think it's good therapy. I didn't know detoxes or this kind of stuff, not that I'm doing detox in the conventional sense, like with tablets, medication, alcohol, that kind of stuff. I'm more on a just soldiering it, getting the job done. Very irritated with myself, but not too hard on myself. Some of you will be very happy to know that I'm going through the steps again. My days. One course I did in my whole life, which was the rap course in Wandsworth just before I died, just before I became wheelchair bound or not moving at all, if you like. Yeah, that's the only time, and I'm remembering back and looking back to when I surrendered and the feeling it felt like being abstinence and whatnot. Not, but it feels different this time. Do you see what I mean? It feels much more calmer and realistic. I'm not mounting, oh, I'm clean. That means I'm ready for the world, and everything's gonna go well and blah blah blah. We know that it doesn't mean that no more. It's such a creepy, crawly game once the devil's on your back, and it's like you just agree with everything he says for that period of time or forever, long as it goes on for a lot of us that have been through such stuff. But no, yep, I've reached a stage where I imagined in my mind quicker than what I thought, and I'm out on the countryside again, walking today. Before I leave down here, I might go on the beach, but like I said, I've got to work out where my next move is, because I'm not too much in a hurry to get back down to south, or not so much London, but closer to London, if you get what I mean. So yeah, what do we feel like? We feel relieved. That's the biggest factor, to know that I've got a chance to make better of recent performances, and that heartens me the most, because it's such a lonely, dark place when you can't get out, when you don't think you're worth it enough, not when you don't believe that you're entitled to a better life and that kind of stuff, when we know that we all are. Sometimes it's easier for other people to say that you're the maker of your own doing and that. But then if it was that easy, how come then that the people that are not addicted to substances and other stuff find it very hard in other walks of life as well, with kind of addictions and obsessive behavior and old ways of doing things that they know that they've done it wrong for long periods of time, but look to make no change over it. And I'm not just talking about bad stuff like domestic and the way that people handle relationships and that kind of stuff. All of it comes up to everything, as far as I'm concerned, which is the learning. You only know what you go through if you've been through it before, or it's a first experience, say for me, outside with doing it this way, because we know that I'm not involved in crime no more. But just because you're not involved in crime no more, it doesn't mean that you're not going to harm yourself and leave yourself open to going back over old behavior and old ways. Thankfully, it never reached that stage for me, right? So yep, you got to. I will never belittle anyone's what they find hard for themselves or what they think. But the biggest thing of all is when you're looking for change, when something's hurt you so much, when you're so tired of going over the same old ground all the time, you know, it becomes a bit, you know, scratch recordy, because you can get the advice of how to do the things that we struggle on differently, but ultimately it would always be up to us. And as human beings of tender nature, and you know, all of us are made up of certain areas where we're weaker than others, you know, be it alcohol things, you know, other things that we find difficult to give up, that we might feel that it's not really nice for us to do the things that we do. But I'm sure you know what I mean anyway. But yep, so far so good. I'm loving it. And I'm going to go back in a minute, and I think I'm going to do a story. Yeah. So, yep, that's the plan for this week. I'm just keeping you updated. Where to next? I'm feeling in the mood for this. So I'll be completely ready for my interviews that are coming up, and my first set of interviews that are coming all at the same time as well. Just keep you posted on that as well, because that's happening very soon as well. But yep, like to thank you for all your support. Loving you all badly. Some of you I missed the other day with the shout outs. I feel to go up there, but sometimes I think I get too excited and I want to call everybody's name, and making sure that you're all right. And it's only right because you made sure that I was all right, and not because of that you made me all right. But I think you're all right anyway. That's it for now. But I'm going to come back in a little while with something else. All right, just keeping you up to date and loving you loads. Thank you.